Okay. Itamixkanatani. Good morning. It is just after 8 o'clock in the AM on Thursday, my favorite day of the week, December 7th, 2021. In the last part, I don't know if you can see her up there, but we are in the last quarter of the lunar cycle. Misamiko Gomiatos, the long night's moon. This is our third winter cycle. About to kick it into gear with the fourth cycle, which is going to get cold. Right now it's just 1 degree below zero, which ain't too bad. And starting off my day, I thought I hadn't made an update for a while. Maybe today I'd make something of a day in the life of Rye, kind of a film. I don't know. Any case, I'm taking the camera along with me, and we'll see where we go. First stop, it's gonna be 7-Eleven for coffee. Of course, we gotta wear our masks in there. Usually I'll just make my morning coffee at home in a little glass coffee press before I head to work or head out to do animals or whatever it is that I'm doing in the morning, even if I'm just at home. But I'm out of grounds right now, and when I'm out, then I go to the 7-Eleven. Most people around here like the Tim Hortons, and I don't do the Tim Hortons because to me it just tastes like cardboard water or something. It doesn't, and it's, very light brown. Like, how much bean is actually in their coffee and how much of it is cardboard, I don't know, but I prefer coffee that tastes like coffee, and 7-Eleven does a pretty decent job. I trick theirs up a little bit by adding a little bit of the cappuccino, just a little squirt of the cappuccino in the bottom of my cup to give it that flavor kick to overcome the inadequacy of the bean. Anyway, my next stop was gonna be at my friend's house. I'm looking after one of my friend's cats while she's away for a few days, but I'm running a little bit late, so it's best I just go open the studio now, get things rolling there, and then we will attend to that task later on in the day.
The nice side is projecting this way, and then this one faces it, and so this rough side.
Yeah, I like your little teepees.
So then where that makes it okay.
Thanks.
So where are they? We have to mark them. Give us the usual. And is that the
This moccasin. How's yours, Steve?
Okay. And then you just mark
Okay.
it there.
Yeah. It's coming along.
Yeah. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
And then even the one in the back too, that line, you mark it there.
Yeah, I didn't want to disturb them with the camera in there too much. As you see, everybody's just making moccasins, and there's pretty few people in the studio, and that's kind of the way it's been. There's usually a few more, as we'll probably see this afternoon. There'll be a few more people in there at any one time, but because of the COVID, we have the group split up, and only half groups coming in at a time. If that. Some people are training online just to keep themselves safe, and that's fine. But yeah, everybody's beading moccasins. I am off now to run a couple of errands. I got some receipts to send to the main office in Medicine Hat for some of our supplies here. I've got to go pick up toilet papers for our washroom and newspapers to work on that mannequin for the grad dress project, which we kind of put aside until the sewing unit was done. Now that that's over and we're in the new year, we got to get back to that. So I'm running a few errands, probably stop at my friend's house and check in on the kite on my way, and yeah, I'll get some things done. So here we have Sugar, my friend's cat, or actually my friend's son's cat. But their little family's out visiting for the week, and I said I would come and take care of him. Now generally I'm not a cat person because of my thinking around Toxoplasma gondii, the bacteria that's in their gut, and that it's one of these bacteria, when it gets into the systems of other mammals, it can actually like get into your brain and change your thinking. It makes rats become sexually attracted to cats. It makes people do crazy things around cats too, you know, even going schizophrenic, but certainly it's responsible for the crazy cat lady kind of syndrome. And cats kill billions of birds a year. So generally I'm not a domestic cat guy. But if the cat is, like, you know, vouched for by the right people, then me and him can get along. And definitely I get along with this guy. He's been pretty good all week. I know he's a little bit lonely. He got kind of sick yesterday. Threw up a couple of places on the floor. I think maybe he overate or something. And I just checked his food bowl here. He didn't look like he ate too much overnight tonight. He'll be happy when his people are home, which might even be tonight, but probably more like tomorrow. We'll see. Any case, I will give him a little bit of love in here for a few minutes. Usually it doesn't take long before he gets tired of it and wants to do something else. And I'll get on with my other tasks. Probably stop back by after work tonight and give him a little bit more attention. Yeah, I don't mind pet sitting at all, because when I need to go somewhere, I like to know that my animals are really well taken care of by somebody. Since I'm in the neighborhood, I figure might as well stop and let my animals out for a little potty break. Polly and Suze. Hey guys. Oh, Polly and Suze. Come on out. Let's go in the backyard, guys. Po, backyard. Yeah, still doing good, pretty good anyway with the no leaning resolution. I'm conscious of it every day. I have, like, the first 2 days I was really diligent and hardly leaned at all. But, you know, I've started to relax a little bit, but not too much. Hey, not too much, because as soon as I think about it, my back comes back off of whatever I'm resting on or what have you. I've been doing a little training out here with the top and bottom bag and the rack. And Chelsea and I have rekindled jiujitsu downstairs the last couple of nights. Probably tonight, maybe you'll get even a taste of that. We're doing a little jiujitsu training, but we're pretty soft and pretty unpracticed. We almost got to start from stage one again and renew the Gracie combative skills. All right, guys, I am going to mail a letter and pick up other stuff, and I'll see you later. All right, more tasks to get on to.
Getting up early. Because you don't know. Because when I used to do my paper route, I would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and listen to the radio, and that song would play a lot.
What do you mean? That song played on the radio when you got there every day?
Canada Post. I can't just put things in my own mailbox here. I have to actually go to deliver them. At a post box, which is typically at a Shoppers Drug Mart here. in Alberta.
Certainly no better than nobody. That would be the pinnacle.
I believe that. I do.
It's a little bit of a tricky system, but it works.
Or are you shooting the phone? Trying to figure out. I've got a very difficult question.
Glad we still have mail.
On the Beatles?
Alright, so I'm here at the recycling depot. Basically just fishing newspaper out of one of the paper bins. Most of the paper in there at this time, of course, is Christmas gift wrap and such, eh? Which could use that too, I suppose. Just need to fill that mannequin full of crumpled up something where the foam didn't stick and there's big open spaces and bubbles and such. Yeah, that spray foam that we used for the mannequin is good, but there's a technique to it. And not knowing that technique, I mean, it has to be exposed to the air, basically. And I didn't expose it to the air correctly, and so a lot of the foam just dripped out, left big hollows in the mannequin, and we have to fill those hollows. And we're thinking, since the foam would give us so much problem, at this point there's enough foam in there already. The rest we should just fill with newspaper. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a stack back with me. Yeah, probably once or twice a day I take time to drive up and down this Alexander Wilderness Park road. As I've reported plenty of times before, it's one of my favorite drive, probably my favorite drive in the city. And you know, it doesn't take long, but it's a mind cleanser for me. It's almost like stopping at the pond, you know, just to get out here for a few minutes and see the coulees and not see anything urban, you know, just for a few minutes. All right, last stop before heading back to the studio, which I got a man for the lunch hour. Marshall's Fabrics. So just got a few things here to pick up for some of the artisans who are working on projects, and I'll grab those and yeah, go back to the studio. This is where I get all our fabrics here, pretty much. Oh, we need the mask. Do we have the mask? Classic. Forgetting of the COVID mask in the vehicle. Having to return. It's a bummer, man. It's a bummer. But I'm happy to wear the mask. It's the first year, I think, I think it's almost been an entire solar cycle since I've been sick at all. Had a cold, had a flu, anything like that. I've had injuries. I've had some injuries owing to my lifestyle, but I haven't been sick. And so I was thinking about it the other day. I was thinking, gee, if you looked at my life like tree rings, and you know how tree rings are affected by, you know, illness and injury and drought and good things too, right? I think I'd have a lot of little narrow lines in my ring. You know, I think I'd be more like a bonsai tree or a mountain tree or something. But not this year. I think this year, well, yeah, even this year because of injury, but not because of the illness, at least. Hey, this year's the first year I can remember with no illness, and I'm sure it's owing to the protections that we've taken up for COVID. And to some extent, I think some of those protections should remain in place regardless, you know. Anyhow, let's put this on. Head in. Whoop. Hello. All right, so I've just got home. It's the end of my day, and there wasn't a lot to show in the studio. It's kind of hard to give you an average day in the life of Rye, because especially in the studio, because things change every day. So what I did today might not be what I do tomorrow. You know, chances are I'll have a couple of kids home tomorrow, if not all three of them. Today they're at their grandparents', and that makes my time a little bit different, you know. I ended up jumping on the classroom online a lot myself, and juggling back and forth between the studio and the kids, and bringing them with and having them online and such and such. Anyway, just got home and I find massive boxes of Halford hide leathercraft material. This is all our drum making supplies for one of our upcoming units, so I'm going to throw what I can here in my vehicle, and I might just run it back there this evening, but we'll let the dogs out and that kind of thing. I still got to go back and check on Sugar again. I was thinking I might just walk over there to get the exercise, and I still might, or I might just take these boxes now and get it out of the way while I've got time. Yeah, I think I'll probably do that. We'll see, but loaded them up anyway. So I opted for take the hides to the studio because I could just see them getting broken into, like my truck getting broken into during the night, and me losing $3,000 something worth of hide and drum framing material and stuff like that. So to the studio it went, and now I'm just taking one more drive in the coulee, even though it's after dark. It's just nice to be outside of the lights of the and the hustle and bustle of the urban place, you know. Even just this little stretch for me is I find it an important kind of mental rest. So it's about 6:30, or going towards 6:30 in the evening, 1800 hours, and Chelsea's on shift for one more hour, then has to go to her parents' house, pick up the kids, and come home. She's probably gonna be pretty tired. We might not do any jiu-jitsu tonight. We might just do a little bit of stretching, something extremely light, you know, but to give her some rest, because those shifts she does is something else. 3 12-hour shifts, you know, back to back to back, with the 12-hour break in between, but 2 hours of that is taken up in driving, and, you know, add sleep to it and you don't got much left. Anyway, we'll see what happens when they get home.